No!
So you've lost your head, literally. Ever wondered how much time you've got left to reflect on your bad life choices? 5 seconds? 10? Long enough to regret that down with the monarchy speech? Today, we'll answer the burning question, what happens inside your head after it's no longer attached to your body? Buckle up, folks. It's about to get cutthroat. A caveat before we continue. We've read several comments that I, your humble narrator, Oxford-educated Dr. Nigel Islington, am not pronouncing guillotine in the correct French way. As I have pointed out in other videos, I am not, thank God, French. I will be pronouncing the word as I see fit. If you disagree with this, you may leave a comment below, which I, Dr. Nigel Islington, may or may not read. That being said, let us continue. The guillotine, affectionately dubbed the national razor, was designed for swift and humane executions. But whispers from the annals of history suggest that losing one's head might not be the immediate lights out we'd prefer. Consider the case of Charlotte Corday in 1793. After her beheading, an overzealous assistant named Legros lifted her severed head and gave it a slap. Witnesses claimed her cheeks flushed and she appeared enraged, as if she comprehended the insult. Such tales have fueled a macabre curiosity. Does the human head remain conscious after decapitation? Modern science, ever the bearer of grim tidings, suggests that while unconsciousness likely occurs within seconds due to rapid blood loss, some brain activity might persist for a short period. In 1905, a French physician sought to investigate this unsettling question. He attended an execution and as soon as the severed head tumbled into the basket, called out the man's name. The physician claimed the eyelids lifted and the man briefly made eye contact before lowering his gaze. Upon calling his name again, a similar response was observed. Modern studies have attempted to shed light on this grisly phenomenon. Research on rats has shown that electrical activity in the brain can persist for about 10 to 15 seconds post-decapitation, indicating potential residual awareness. In 2014, Kavitha Kongara, a senior lecturer in veterinary science at Massey University in New Zealand, authored a scientific paper with the charming title of Electroencephalographic Evaluation of Decapitation of the Anesthetized Rat. In this study, Dr. Kongara and other researchers sedated some unsuspecting rats, hooked them up to EEG monitors and, because science is nothing if not creative, chopped their heads off with a rat-sized guillotine.
These guillotines are designed for small animal research and they come in 3 sizes. This is a small with 1.5 inches opening here. Larger ones are 2.5 and a little over 4 inches.
And if you're curious as to how the executioner assistant rats cleaned up afterwards, be sure to check out our video on the subject by clicking the link above or at the end of the video. After the fatal slice, EEG readings showed brain activity for 10 to 15 seconds. According to Dr. Kongara, the spikes in brain waves were likely the cerebral cortex responding to pain. After that brief flurry of activity, brain function flatlined. Her conclusion? During those few seconds post-decapitation, it's entirely possible that the rats felt what was happening. Yikes. However, translating rat data to humans is a bit like comparing apples to, well, headless rats. Human anecdotes like that of Charlotte Corday are intriguing, but hardly conclusive. The general consensus is that if consciousness does persist after decapitation, it's fleeting, lasting only a few seconds. So, to answer the question posed by the video, the answer is a conclusive maybe? While the thought of a post-decapitation after-party is the stuff of nightmares, rest assured that any remaining awareness is likely as brief as a guillotine's kiss. That's all for today's decapitating discussion. Join us next time on Gross History as we explore more morbid mysteries from the past. Until then, stay curious, stay gross, but most of all, keep your head on your shoulders.